Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. Bitcoin is trading at 17,134 after the news came out yesterday. We know the CPI news was coming, and for the first time in 5 months, we saw something great coming out of the US. We saw something good coming out of the US. And what is that? That is the inflation rate has now been dropping. And we can see right here, the forecast was like probably it will be up about 0.6%, 7.9% talking about year to year, and 0.5% talking about core CPI. But the other way is the case. We saw 0.4% now coming out as the data, 7.7%, and even 0.3% as the core CPI, and about 225,000 unemployment claim. And what does this mean? This means that inflation is now coming down in the United States. And I said it even before the chat yesterday, before all this movement yesterday. I told you what I'm expecting is we are going to see the market start appreciating. I haven't seen the structure creating itself before the news. You understand? And we're still going to look at what's going on with Board APH dropping, Coinbase laying off 60 people, Blockify, and a lot of this on this show today. And I bet you do not want to miss out. So if you're new to the channel and you did not subscribe, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell as I'm about to take you on this beautiful journey on today's show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. All right, my name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazima. Welcome back to the show. This is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Coinbase layoff over 60 employees amid crypto market turmoil. Blockify pause withdrawing in wake of FTX and Alameda collapse. We all know what has happened to FTX. If you've not seen it, you can check the show out. Board APH NFT price fall after Saints crypto market. And also, we can see here that FTX crisis is a gift to Bitcoin haters. Kraken founder Jesse Powell said so, but we need to thank God because El Salvador doesn't have any Bitcoin on FTX, and CZ clarifies, and I think that's a big one for us. And Sam Bankman also has come out to apologize and say he fucked up even twice. And I think everybody needs to take a look at this guy. He's been under probe. A lot of things going on. SEC is after him. A lot of companies are now removing their self. They don't want to be tied to him. And I think that is bad news. And I don't know how this guy is going to get out of it. We're seeing some companies saying they want to rescue him. They're drawing a plan out. We're going to see that come out in the nearest future. And he has come out to say he needs about $9 billion to bail the company out. And we'll see what's going to happen. We can now see with all this noise and all this turmoil in the market, it has now caused Bitcoin to fall to 15,600. That was 2 days ago. And now we saw with the news that came out yesterday, which is now the CPI and the CPI for the first time in about 5 months, inflation is going down. And that might now make the interest rate that will be coming up next to start reducing. And we can now see investors now being confident and all those and also want to now put their money in stocks, in some assets and all of that, and that might help all these things coming up again. And are we now in the wake of new bull run? I'm going to share that with you on the chart analysis. You do not want to go anywhere. And now we saw Bitcoin pumps towards 18K as US inflation better than expected. First time in the 5 months that we're seeing a better news. But now we still have some these big boys. Now JP Morgan thinks Bitcoin could plunge to 13K following the FTX crisis. We all know we saw it going to 15,600, but I'm telling you, you need to be careful. We might think it's going to get to there and we're going to see a buyback from where the market is now. But don't go anywhere, because I'm going to share what is going to happen in the market for you. And mind you, nothing is financial advice on this platform. It's just for educational purpose. We've done so much research, we have experience in the game, and we've been sharing it with you on this show. And you can see we've been more than 99.9% right, if we don't want to say 100%. All right, that's on what is going on, talking about the crypto crisis and what has been happening in the market. Let's quickly check out what is now happening with the market cap, and we can see the market cap is sitting at 862 billion, while on the sister side we can see almost 900 billion, or over 900 billion market cap, having fallen to 800 billion when we had those news, even when Caesar, the CEO of Binance, came out and say he is no longer going to save FTX. Though we saw the market plummet for about 1,500 point, 1,300 point, but with the news that came out yesterday, I think the investors are having rethink, and we're going to see what's going to happen in the market. But first of all, let's check the economic calendar out and see. We can see that all these are red, and whenever it's red, what we need to understand is it's against US dollars. That means US dollar is going to be weak. And if we want to check that out, let's check the dollar index out quickly. You can see the dollar index is been falling. Why? Because the news shows that a lot of people are now not going to withdraw their money from all these stock exchange, from all these things. They are going to now take their money out of dollar and invest it in some other commodities, stocks, futures, and all of that. And that's why you can see this drop yesterday. You can see yesterday, the 10th of November, before even the news start, you can see it's been dropping, because there's a rumor that we're going to have a better than expected, and it came out to be like that. So we saw a drop of about almost 3%, talking about dollar index. And I think I did expect that. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm kind of, how am I going to call it? I'm not going to say I'm kind of surprised, because even before the show, if you watched the show yesterday, I told you we're having a structure forming from this 15,600 zone. You see, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. Then we saw this, didn't break it, that is our 4. Then we saw that massive movement to complete our 5. We have our green, and we have the liquidity graph. And this now might now be our potential 1. Maybe we're now going to see the market come to this zone, then continue the movement, or we're going to see a structure being formed, break the structure, then we'll see if we're going to come down and test this zone. But I'm going to analyze all those things for you on the show in a short while. So CPI data yesterday was a bit okay. The inflation is coming down, and that's a good news, and is affecting the dollar index, and other things needs to appreciate. We might not see immediately in the crypto sector, because we have this turmoil. You know, we saw Meta even laying off about 11,000 employees. Coinbase doing the same thing. A lot of people posting withdrawal regarding to FTX affiliation. A lot of people denying FTX. A lot of people saying they do not want to partake in what is going on. And also yesterday we saw that Tether lose peg against US dollar, because Tether is a stable coin and needs to be 1-to-1. And yesterday we saw it losing about 0.3% or something like that yesterday, but I think it has recovered now, and a lot of people were panicking, thinking what is going on. Is Tether to now going to fall off like Terra Luna? Because you know, with UST was owned by Terra Luna, and when Terra Luna Classic collapsed, talking about their token, we saw the main thing collapse too. But Tether, they don't have their own token, so I believe we're still gonna hold the grip and hope they're not going to mess the crypto industry, because if Tether should collapse, I bet you a lot of people will lose their money. Even myself, I might end up losing a lot of money, because all of us were using, if it's not USDT, maybe you're using USDC and one of these stable coin. So let's now go back to the calendar and see what we'll be expecting today. Today is Friday, and a lot of people might want to take profit today or want to see if the market will continue to be on the rise and they will take the advantage. But now on today, which is Friday, we'll be expecting the GDP to come out in the United States, which is very, very important. We'll be expecting EU economy forecast. That is very important as well. We'll be expecting the prelim UOM consumer sentiment, and also we'll be looking at inflation expectation today. Those data will be coming out today, and we need to be careful and be watchful of what is going to happen. But now let's go back to the BTC. Let's see what's really going on. We can see yesterday I told you you can put your buy stop. This is what I told you. I said you can put your buy stop above probably 17,000, and you can see the market break above 17,000, create a structure, and now break the structure below it. You understand? To now form probably a kind of downtrend to say we're going to see sell off. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Let's go to 2 hours so you can see what I'm expecting from the market. When you see 2 hours, what are we seeing here? We're seeing a structure forming out in a lower time frame, and it's forming out in a perfect form. Let me show you. You can see from the low 15,600 we have one. We come back. If you use Fibonacci, you'll see the retracement. Then we have 2, 1, 2, we have 1, 2, we have 3. This is our 3. You understand? We have 3. Now we're expecting our 4. So our 4 can be within this zone. It might come down to this point. It might stop at this point. Then I'm expecting to have our 5. Then our 5 might touch around, because this is where we have some other block before this movement comes down. It might touch around 18,800, 18,750, or even break it above to this other block right here. You can see we have other block right here to around 2,500 back. This is possible. Forget about what is happening in the market with the FTX. We saw the news. The news didn't break below what we've been expecting. Even without the news, we were seeing market cap at 900 billion. It's not as if we're going to say because of the news. They just pump it so the news can bring it down back. And even if you're watching the show, I told you Bitcoin is due to fall off, because I showed you in a lower time frame we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you again. I showed you yesterday on a higher time frame, rather. Sorry, excuse me. I showed you yesterday. Let me show you again in case you missed that. You see it right here. I showed you yesterday that we have our 1, 2, 3. No, it should come down here. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me squeeze it a bit. Okay, see it right here. Excuse me. This is what I want to show you. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're expecting it to fall. You see? We're expecting it to fall. And what happened? The market fall off. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Okay, no, I think this is what I want to show you. Probably I deleted the line. Let me draw the line back. Yeah, this is the line. This is probably what I want to show you. I might have deleted the line. Those ones are old ones. So you see we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely we're expecting our 5. Now we have our 5. What are we expecting? The market to shoot up. So 15,600 might be the floor we'll be seeing for some time, because now the market might now be trading between that 15K zone to 2,500 zone, or to that strong resistance we couldn't break for some time before we're able to break it, which is this zone, which is 20,000. So we might see market trading between 15,600 to 20K, forming structure there before we're going to see another fall off from the market, or probably we'll see the market start appreciating from that. So you need to stick to this channel, because we're going to be giving you all this check every day, and we're going to be telling you when you need to buy, when you need to sell. So back to the chart yesterday. If you did, let me delete this. I only use this to show you what the market is expecting. Yeah, let's say yesterday now, you got into the market. The perfect entry was at 16,100, but we didn't record the show then. By the time we dropped the show, the perfect entry was sitting at 16,500, 16,400 above. But I told you, I told you, If you're not able to get in, you can wait for us to break this zone. I showed you vividly on the chart yesterday, and we were able to break the 17,000 zone. So now, since we break the 17,000 zone now, what are we expecting? If you're still holding to your buy, yes, I'm going to tell you this is where you need to get out of the market. If you break 16,150 or let's say 16,000, that is where you need to get out of the market. If you still have your buy, hold on to your buy, because in the lower time frame, we normally have this movement where we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, then we have our 5, then we have full back. It's normal. You understand? So don't think, oh, he break this structure, now it's break. No. Normally, we need to have a structure in one hand in a lower time frame to form a higher time frame, and also have another structure in another hand in a lower time frame to form in a higher time frame. And that is what I was showing you just here. Let me show you this on the 2 hour so you can have a good understanding. You see, if you buy above 16,998, which is 17,000, you can see we're coming back to test the top. And what am I expecting the market to do? I'm expecting the market to do this. Boom. You see, that is what I'm expecting the market to do this today. You understand? Because, or anytime, because we might having it taking slow pace or whatever. We know it's crypto and we can see it happening right now. So what are we expecting? We've seen our 1. We've got our entry nicely. We have our 1. We have our 2. We have our 3. Now we have a pullback that form our 4. If we don't break this zone, which is 16,750, what am I expecting? I'm expecting to see, I'm expecting to see our 5 shoot up. Simple. So if you follow the chart yesterday or you follow the signal, you should, you might not be in profit because maybe you enter at 17,000. Yeah, you should be about 220 profit, even though you went to about 18,200. If you didn't take profit, it's fine because the cycle is not completed yet. We're still going to see it continue the movement. So stick to your buy. It's still a buy. I can categorically tell you it's not because you can't count this. Let me tell you why you can't count this, that it was broken. Let me tell you why I can't count this. We have the market break from this zone, Now, the movement from here didn't break this structure. And the moment the structure is not broken, you cannot count it. So we're not counting this. Rather, we're going to count this other block that is forming on a 2 hour nicely to now see the market shoot up. So if you have your buy, I'm expecting you to keep your buy and not to rush and close. Where do you need to get out of the market? This is where we have a successful impulse. This is why we have a successful retrace and we have this impulse right here. So what are you expecting? I will expect you to get out of the market if you break 16,100 or 16,000 zone. That's where I'll get out of the market. But for now, I'm still going to continue trailing the structure up and down. If you're an investor, I don't even see why you should rush out if you're a spot trader. But if you're a margin trader, you need to make sure you use your risk reward and use don't over leverage, don't use lot size that will blow your account. So is the Bitcoin still looking good? Yes, to me, it's looking good. I don't care whatever is going on the internet. They are just spreading FUD, where we call fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If you've not seen video about it, you can check some of our videos. You're going to see how to understand what FUD is all about. We've done the video about FOMO, and we're still going to drop more on this platform. So what I'm expecting to happen is to see this market start appreciating back because it has formed a structure and it's a proper structure. You see, even though you use Fibonacci to check the pullback, you can see it's falling back at 0.618. That is the exact place to start buying. Whenever you see a trend, wait for it to, if you miss the trend, wait for pullback to 0.618 or 0.786 Fibonacci retracement because that is the perfect entry to continue the trend. Then if you break above that, using your risk reward there, you now need to wait and see if it's not going to break the old structure. But for right now, we've not broken the structure. So why do you want to close the trade? So Bitcoin is still looking good and is looking exactly as I've been predicting it. And I told you this is not financial advice, but it's just what we've studied in the market and we're using it to help you guys so you can become financial freedom and also become crypto billionaire, if not crypto millionaire. So that's that on BTC. I'm expecting BTC to continue. Yes, we might have the movement now completed, or the cycle completed in a lower time frame, maybe 5,000 point, 3,000 point, but at least we know we'll take the buy up to that point. Then when we see the signal is going to fall, we get out of the market, then we shut it down back. And if you're an investor there using a spot trader, you sell your BTC or whatever asset you're trading to a stable coin and wait for it to fall off, then you can buy back when the time is right. And how do you get to know all of that? You can only get all this check, all this good information and value if you subscribe to the channel. If you've not subscribed to the channel, I want to see you doing that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you get all this juicy content as we drop it to your view immediately. So BTC is still looking good as I predicted. Yes, anything might happen, but I tell you, the inflation uh, is now low. We've seen it on the rise in the past 5 months. And whenever we see the inflation data coming out and is on the rise, we always see Bitcoin being punched out of the market and Bitcoin will suffer. But yesterday, the CPI was a good news for investors because it shows that inflation is not coming down. And when inflation starts to reduce and coming down, interest rate will start to low, and we'll see investors now willing to borrow money, create more jobs. People now will be getting more jobs, and people will be able to buy things at affordable rate. They'll be able to save their money, and also they can now use their savings to buy whatever asset they want to invest on. So that's why it's a good thing, and that's why you saw this move. But let me tell you a secret that I want to share with you, and I've been saying it on this show, and you guys need to believe me. These guys know what they're doing. They always like to blame it on the news. Yesterday, before the news, I predicted the market and I told you we've seen a structure. Put your buy stop because I believe it's going to be buy. And when the news came out, what did we see? It was a buy. And I believe this trend should continue because inflation data is dropping. And the next interest rate might not be increased. It might even drop with 25 basis points. So you don't want to miss any of the show. So that's that on BTC. Let's now check out ETH, Mr. Demege. ETH USD, I predicted ETH will fall to 1,090. You can go and verify. You can check any of our videos or some of our episodes. I said it, that where I'm expecting ETH to bounce back is around 1,090 because I saw other block there. But you can see where ETH bounced back. ETH bounced back at 1,071. You see, I'm not saying we're having a bull run back, but I'm just saying I'm expecting the market to bounce back from there because I have another block. So what are we expecting from ETH to yesterday? I told you we're creating a structure around 1,002, and I told you buy if we break 1,002. And what did we see now? We've broken 1,002. We've come back to test the top of 1,002. We are not breaking it. Then we're going to see it continue moving up. So ETH is still a buy as well. And when this market, if they complete the cycle in a lower time frame, in a higher time frame, it does not matter. What matters is as the market is moving, we move with it and we're making money. And we're still going to tell you when you need to short the market. But remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure you know the project you're putting your money in before you do so, and make sure you trade or you invest what you can afford to lose because cryptocurrency is so volatile and it's high risk asset to trade. So you need to have a lot of experience, vast experience before you can maximize whatever it's in the market. Don't say I don't warn you, but you can stick to the channel to get a check every day because we'll be bringing the show to your view every day, guys. So that's that on Mr. Demege. Let's check Dogecoin because I told you do not buy Dogecoin as well, and we saw Dogecoin has been falling. I told you it's going to fall to maybe 7 cents, and I'm expecting it to come down to 0.5. You understand? So let's see what is going on with Dogecoin. Dogecoin has touched our first, which is 0.7. Now is now being appreciating too because we saw the market is moving. I can say I even draw this line yesterday. I said we need a structure, a pullback, then we're going to buy if we break it. And exactly is what you're seeing here. Maybe you're not seeing it nicely with 2 hours. Let me show you on what is it called, on a lower time frame. You can see We have the structure forming 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't break them, we have our 5. Then now we're having a structure for me to say it's falling off. It's correct because I'm expecting whatever the market move, it needs to come back and mitigate a zone. But what are we seeing there? We're still seeing in a higher time frame, because lower time frame is to get the entry. The higher time frame is to understand the proper structure of how the market is moving. And now you can see we come here, we didn't break the structure yet, but they now created this other block here to break the structure, and now we come back to test the other block. We might see continue moving up to now go and mitigate whatever other block, maybe back to 11 cents, whatever cent. Then if there's going to be another drop, we're still going to update you on the show, but I'm still waiting for Dogecoin to come back to 0.05. So that's that on Dogecoin. Let's quickly check what is going on with FTT token. We all know Sam Bankman-Fried is been, yes, I think I get it correctly now. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. He's been suffering. We can see the FTT token is been hit with hard punch and is now trading below $3, guys. He even went to $4 yesterday, then it's trading below $3. Where do we need to get into this project? I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even think I want any of you to get into the project. Not financial advice, and I'm not trying to say you should not put your money where you like. Now let's take a look at FTT USD. That's the FTX token, and we know they've been facing a lot, talking about the FTX company, even their backbone, Alameda Research, which is a trading firm and is one that is backing up FTX. We know they've got so much issue. Even Sam Bankman-Fried has declared himself bankruptcy, the company insolvent, and they're trying to look for help, and they need about 900 billion to pay them out. But a lot of other CEOs of exchanges are saying maybe they'll come to their head, but we're going to share the news with you guys when anything come up. But right now, let's take a look at their token. Do you need to buy anything? Because it was about $30, $20 before, and it's $4 to $2. Maybe to go back. I'm not going to lie to you. We saw Voyager didn't make it, Blockify didn't make it, Celsius didn't make it, Terra Luna, they've not made it yet. How are we so sure or so strong that these people will make it back to that price? So what I'm going to say is I think we need the news to calm down before you can even think of putting your money on any of this project. Talking about FTT is what I'm talking about, because even though you say you want to buy now, they might just pump it to dump it again, because some people have lost their money. They might want to put more money to pump it. A lot of people jump in there, they dump it again, because there's so much going on about it. We saw a lot of exchanges now distancing themselves from FTX. So until we have a good news or good grip about what the solution is or what is going to happen, that's when I think I can advise anybody to jump on this project. Even though it's creating a structure, I wouldn't advise anybody to jump on this project because they're still facing a lot. SEC is now on their case. DOJ, Department of Justice, is now on their stay. Commodity Futures Trading, CT, whatever, CF is now on their case. A lot of companies and is now they're owing about 6.5. No, you don't want to buy this project, guys. You just want to stay out of it for now, please. When the time is right, we're still going to advise you, or we're still going to come and talk to you on what we need to do about the token. But for now, there are so many coins out there, you can even place your money on them. No financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before you do anything. So that's that on FTT. Let's check out Solana. Let's check out Solana USD. Let's check out Solana USD, because we knew Solana was dragged along FTX, talking about on their balance sheet, or Alameda Research balance sheet rather, that they have illiquid Solana, and that is now affecting Solana as well. But now we saw the news yesterday helping Solana, and you see I even draw it above here that if you want to buy Solana, you buy over here. You understand? Because Solana has been dropping. So what are we expecting to see in Solana right now? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, we have the first structure, we have the second structure, and we broke above it. Let's see if we fail to break $14. If we fail to break $14 Solana, forming a double top right here to form another structure. Maybe I'm going to consider looking into it, but for right now, I think I'm just going to sit and watch. Let's see if we break this zone. If we fail to break this $14, then I can see maybe we'll put we can trade Solana or put some money on it. But right now, I think Solana, though it has created a structure, but I'm not convinced yet. Yeah, that's the right word to use. I'm not convinced yet. Solana might still come down to this point because we know what they've been dragging Solana about. But let's go to lower time frame. Probably we can see where we can get something good to put to come in. Okay, on the lower time frame, we saw the structure. This is the low. Then we saw this is one, so this is supposed to be here. This is one, this is supposed to be here, correct? Then we have, so I think it's looking good. I think it's looking good because we have 1, 2, 3. It's forming a good structure. But let's see if it's going to break 14. If it comes to 14 and fails to break 14, and we see a good structure around them, maybe we can have a rethink about Solana, you understand? But for now, let's just see, because we have so much thing attached to it too, and you don't want to get into any project that's got so more issue or so more things affecting them. But it has formed a good structure from my point of view, a good structure. Let me see the Fibonacci retracement right here. The Fibo retracement is sitting at 50%, even though it touched 0.61%, which is a good place. Let's see if it's going to break this spike down. If it breaks this spike down, we need to wait. Let's see if we break it. But if it fails to break it down, we'll see the market start to move. We might want to get in if we're able to break $22, because that shows that if we can appreciate back from $11 to $22, that means a lot of buyers have come back to the market. Then we might want to get into the market. Not financial advice, just educational purpose. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the amount you can afford to lose. So that's that on Solana, and I think that's that on the chart analysis today. Let's now check what is going on in the market, talking about the market watch, so we can have a better understanding for both of us. Bitcoin is still appreciating like I predicted, and I told you that's what I expect from it, but we're still going to see more of that on the show. Let's now go to the side. We can see the market cap is sitting at 862 billion. Let me refresh it so we can get the current figure, and we can see it's even going up, 867 billion right now, and on the sister side is now above 900 billion. So even this one was 902 before, now it's now 906. So, and what are we expecting from the market? We can see FTT token is trending because it appreciated about 36% in the last 24 hours, talking about the news that came out. And Hi-Fi now appreciated 13 points. Excuse me, Hi-Fi rather appreciated 13.36%, and Solana too has gained about 13.4% in the last 24 hours. Those are the token trending on the side. Let's now check what the Bitcoin and the market is looking at. We can see Bitcoin is trading at 17,374 as I'm recording the show right now, and it has appreciated about 4% or more than 4% in the last 24 hours, but it is still dropping, or it's still sitting at 15.18% in the last 7 days of it dropping down. And we know what happened in the market. And also Ethereum is trading at 1,268 right now, and it's been down for 18.88% and has appreciated about 7% in the last 24 hours. And thank God Theta is back to $1 peg. And yesterday when it fell, baby, a lot of people were scared, but no, I think the news helped the whole thing. And we can see DOGECOIN down 27% in the last 7 days and 6.7% in the last 1 hour. Solana 46% down in the last 7 days and appreciated about 14.17% in the last 24 hours. And let's take a look at some coin on that top 100 like we normally do on the show, when we can see right now on 101 is that Compound, Rave Coin, Bitcoin Gold. I think almost the same coin I've been roaming about that side, and we can see Terra Classic is back at 110, Genesis at 112, Stepping is at 113, and this project Cardinal just keep falling, is now at 125. Let's check out some NFT and see what NFT looks like. Even though we saw that Bored Ape Yacht, it's been falling. You can see Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT price fall after FTS sync, but we need to understand if Ethereum is falling, all this project will fall into, because they are valued in ETH. So we need to get that to our brain. Okay, let's check out what's going on right here. We can see top 10 NFT. Let's check top 10 NFT right now. Top 10 NFT is now sitting as CryptoPunk is back at number 1, Bored Ape Yacht at number 2, and we can see Mutant Ape is at number 3, Ordered It for Other Side at number 4, Azuki at number 6, Moonbirds at number 7, and we can see Doodles at number 9. Pudgy Penguins is now sitting at number 10. These are the top 10 NFT. Make sure you do your own research before you get into any of this project, please. All right, BTC dominant is sitting at 38.2%. Ethereum ETH is sitting at 17.8%, and on the sister side we can see 36.6 and 16.8 respectively, talking about Bitcoin and ETH. So that's on the market watch. Thanks for hanging out with me, but let's check out the fear and greed before we go. But if you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like it right here, like and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this juicy content as we drop it to your view immediately. So right now, what does the fear and greed look like? We're sitting back at extreme fear. And what have I been preaching on this show? Whenever we see extreme fear, that is when you want to bag your asset. But you don't just buy, you need to make sure you check the chart out, know what the fundamental news look like, know what the reaction, the sentiment, and whatever in the market, like, then put all those data together to place your trade. But fear and greed index today, talking about the sentiment, the market sentiment is sitting at 25%. We were at 33, 30, back to 28. Now we are 23. Now we're moving up and we are now at 25. On today's show, fear and greed is sitting at 25. Shout out to our sponsor, Instacash FX, for standing behind us since the beginning of the show. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please go and do that right now. And if you want to sell your Bitcoin, you want to buy Bitcoin, you want to learn how to trade, you can go to www.instacashfs.com and you can see the rates. You can trade, you can write them on WhatsApp. I tell you, they are fast, efficient, and they're so reliable when it comes to trading of any kinds of cryptocurrency. And also, you might want to learn how to trade. You might want to understand what is going on with cryptocurrency. You can do that right by filling out this form, and you'll be called upon according to your batches when you start receiving the free training. All right, thanks so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your time. Thanks to our subscribers, to our viewers. Please like the video, share, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. Until I catch you on another wonderful episode of this great show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. My name still remains Ahmed Olajimi Kazim. Is peace out.